Welcome to Financial Minds Meet the Experts. I'm Jaime Agostino, your host. On this show, we're joined by financial industry experts to talk about topics, trends, and themes that credit union professionals need to know about. Today on Financial Minds Meet the Experts, we are talking with Lauren, president of the Carolina Credit Union Foundation. Before we get started, would you mind just telling our listeners just a little bit about yourself for those that don't know you?
Sure. Well, good morning, Jaime. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. I'm very much looking forward to this conversation. I'm actually in my 17th year in the credit union system. Started at True Liant Federal Credit Union in Winston-Salem. Worked for a short stint in a marketing company that specialized in credit union marketing and advertising, and then most recently spent about 7 years at the Trade Association in North and South Carolina, the Carolinas Credit Union League, where I lobbied for credit unions. I'm a recovering lobbyist and now have been at the foundation for 7 years. And this is actually the foundation's 30th year of operations coming up in 2023. So I'm one of only a couple of executive directors over our foundation, but really excited for the growth that our foundation has, what we've been able to accomplish in our 30 years, and what the next 30 years holds for us.
All right. Well, I want to learn more about the Carolina Credit Union Foundation. So let's get started.
Sure.
Let's start with what are the goals and objectives of the Carolinas Credit Union Foundation?
Sure. So the Carolinas Credit Union Foundation, it's really our mission to empower and inspire credit unions to better their communities. So we really serve as the support arm, the philanthropic support arm for the credit union system in the Carolinas, ensuring that they have the tools and resources available to really make a significant impact in their communities. And also, we act as a support arm too for our small credit unions to ensure that they can grow and thrive and excel in the credit union space.
All right. Well, and to that point, how does the foundation assist some of these small credit unions or credit unions in general, as well as their members?
Sure. Oh gosh, we do so much, Jaime. We're going to be here all day. But as I mentioned, I really am most proud of the support that we provide to our small credit unions, working in conjunction with our league as well. About 2 years ago, we started a new grant program for our small credit unions, offering assistance, so large grants for technical and capital improvements to our small credit unions. We provided over $80,000 in funds last year, again, $80,000 in funds this year. So I'm really probably most proud about our support that we are able to provide to small credit unions. We also do about $20,000 to $30,000 annually in professional development grants to small credit unions to ensure that they are empowered with the knowledge to better assist their employees. We also really provide as I said, we're a kind of a support arm, a philanthropic partner to the credit union system. We have what are called fund management services. So we provide support for small credit unions when it comes to managing their scholarship programs, managing their philanthropic giving through what are called donor advised funds, which allow credit unions to have their own branded foundation without having to have their own 501c3. And we also manage disaster relief and hardship programs too, specifically for credit unions. So that's another thing that I'm most proud of as well, as it relates to our scholarship program. And the management of that for our credit unions of all asset sizes. We provided over $500,000 in scholarships to credit union members across the Carolinas. So if you are a member of a credit union in North or South Carolina, you are eligible to apply for a scholarship for higher education learning. And those range from $500 up to $5,000 in scholarships that we provide on behalf of credit unions and from the foundation as well. We provide specifically need-based scholarships for credit union members that have the financial need and don't have the financial resources to attend a higher university. So really excited about those programs as well. As I said, we do a lot. So I'm going to mention a couple of other things too as well, Jaime. So again, under this notion of empowering and inspiring and collaborating, those kind of being the key words for the foundation. Under empower, we provide a lot of educational opportunities that allow credit unions to understand the principles and philosophies and the history of the credit union system. And we also do additional things that in partnership with the Worldwide Foundation, in partnership with the National Credit Union Foundation, and in partnership with our credit union foundations across North and South Carolina as well. Our Principles and Philosophy Conference is held each year in October and is really an amazing opportunity for credit union employees, really of any level within the credit union, to come and learn what makes the credit union industry so unique with our 8 cooperative principles, and really to learn about the history and the pioneers of the credit union system and what makes us so unique. On the horizon for 2023, we are doing an Exploring Why workshop with the National Credit Union Foundation. This will be available free of charge to any credit union professional in the Carolinas. We've again worked with the National Foundation in the past to host these free workshops. We've done an empathy workshop. We did a DEI workshop with the National Foundation and AACUC. So really just an exciting workshop that we plan for probably first to second quarter in 2023. We are also working with some credit union foundations in the Carolinas to host a philanthropy summit. So bringing together nonprofits, other foundations, not just in the credit union industry, so we can learn and share our best practices to really what we can do better to make a more significant impact in our communities. And then last year we hosted for the first time, which was wildly successful, a development issues workshop. So the National Credit Union Foundation is part of their Credit Union Development Educator Program, so CUDE. Jaime, are you a CUDE? You are.
Yes.
You? So as part of their CUDE designation, they study what are called the development issues. So the National Foundation has identified 12 issues that really impair the ability of an individual to thrive financially, to succeed economically. And we know some of these development issues as credit union professionals, the most prominent one being, housing and credit and savings. But there are also other development issues like healthcare and access to technology, access to affordable housing, food. There are various other issues. So we brought a workshop to the Carolinas that allowed credit union professionals to come together and share what they are doing to touch on those development issues and how they are working to improve the financial well-being of their members and to improve the communities in which they provide financial services. So it was wildly successful, as I said. So we will host that again in 2023 in the fall. So really just some exciting things ahead for us there. We also have a partnership with the CU's Together conferences. They have one in May and one in September for employees and volunteers. And they so generously provide the proceeds of those conferences to the foundation to help support our philanthropic efforts. And then, of course, we have our Carolinas Cup, which is our big annual fundraiser that we have every year for Victory Junction. So as I said, Jaime, we have a lot. And I didn't even mention all of our programs either.
Well, and for those that aren't, for those listening, I'm sure you can tell she's really passionate about what she does there at the foundation. But all the things that you're talking about, obviously, it requires money. So
Yes.
how does the foundation raise funds for, all the grants, the financial literacy programs, the professional development, as well as all the other programs?
Yeah. So the first one I'll mention is our newest kind of source of revenue. I guess technically it is a program. So we started a membership program several years ago that allows an individual to join as a member of the Carolinas Credit Union Foundation, pay an annual fee of $15. And included with that membership are some great membership perks. We have a relationship with Zogo, which is an app-based financial literacy tool really geared towards the younger demographic. That's really outstanding. So all of our members get free access to Zogo. All of our scholarship winners get free access to Zogo. We also partner with two industry national nonprofits that handle financial counseling, which is Green Path and Balance, to offer free financial counseling, debt management services, and other financial education resources. So we offer that as part of our membership program. So again, for $15, an individual can join to become a friend of the foundation and get access to those amazing membership privileges that we are able to provide. So that is a new source of revenue to help fund our philanthropic giving, and one that we are really most excited about because anybody can become a friend of the foundation. We also rely heavily on the support of the credit union system in the Carolinas. So we receive most of our grant dollars from credit unions themselves. So credit unions across the Carolinas support us on an annual basis. And again, those contributions range from $50,000 annually to $250 annually for some of our smaller credit unions. But it speaks to what our system is all about, collaboration and supporting and supporting us philanthropically through credit union dollars. We also rely on interest revenue, of course, from the funds that we manage and from credit unions sharing their interest revenue with us. But as we all know, the interest rate environment has not been too friendly with us in recent years. We're on the uptick, of course. So I'm thankful for that.
All right. Well, I know there's a lot of activities that you guys do there at the foundation, and you
Sure.
mentioned a few. So, what other activities and events, is the foundation planning for 2023? Will you be doing the wine pool again, at the annual convention? Because I'm always next to you in the booth, so your booth's always next to mine, and the line to do that wine pool is extensive. So, I'm assuming that's going to be on the list.
Yes, we will absolutely have our wine pool. Super excited about that event. Last year we were able to, we had an amazing raffle too for a vacation in Charleston, South Carolina, in addition to our wine pool. So yes, we will have that. That is one of our fundraisers that we have every year, and all of those proceeds go towards our programs as well, our scholarships and our grants and disaster relief. It all goes to a great cause. We also have our big event, our flagship fundraising event that we will host in February, our awards gala. And during that event, we are honoring credit unions for their outstanding commitment to their communities and to their members and to financial education and to their employees. And then we also honor what we call our credit union heroes. This year, we're going to have 5 credit union heroes that we will honor either for their lifetime achievements in the credit union space, for their work that they are doing to advance equity in their community, and what they are doing philanthropically to really make an impact. So we host that awards gala every year in conjunction with the League's launch conference. And really, it's just an amazing opportunity to bring credit union professionals together to celebrate and to leave them inspired, certainly. If you haven't been, Jaime, you need to come down and attend because
I haven't.
it's awesome. We have a red carpet and photos and a yummy steak dinner and I promise you will probably cry at some point during the event because it is certainly inspiring. I feel lucky every day to work in such a remarkable industry.
All right, I'll have to write it down because I do have the launch dates already in my calendar. So,
Yeah, well, if you're
um,
coming to launch, then you'll have to get a ticket to the gala as well.
all right. So, how else, I know you're doing, a lot of things, that the credit union can financially contribute to the foundation, but are there other ways that credit unions can support the foundation?
Yeah, I mean, there are multiple ways, of course, that, that folks can support the foundation. I will mention this because I didn't talk about it. So we have a community grant program that we provide matched fundraising dollars to our credit union chapters. So for the most part, every credit union professional in the Carolinas is in some way involved with their local chapter. And for those of you who don't know, local chapters come together, credit union professionals come together to network, to fundraise, to have professional development opportunities just outside of their credit union. And it's like-minded credit union professionals from that particular region that come together. So like I said, we offer grants to credit union chapters, and credit union chapters are then able to select nonprofits in their community that they feel are making a difference, and providing them with a significant grant. Last year, working with the Piedmont chapter, we gave $10,000 to a homeless shelter in downtown Charlotte. We've raised money for the Children's Home Society, ensuring children can get adopted by their forever family. So we've done some really significant fundraising with our chapter system. So I encourage you, to encourage your chapters to fundraise for local nonprofits that you feel passionately about, because the foundation will match any dollars that are raised by chapters to go towards community support organizations.
All right. And I'm sure anyone listening, you can learn more about the Carolina Credit Union Foundation by going to their website. They have lots of information on there as well. So,
Yeah, it's Carolinas with an S foundation.org.
all right. Any final thoughts for our viewers regarding the Carolinas Credit Union Foundation?
No, just thank you so much for your support. Like I said, we've been around for 30 years, and without the passion that credit union professionals have, and without the collaboration that credit unions have, the foundation wouldn't nearly be as successful. So I thank you for the long-time support that credit unions have provided to the foundation. And again, I look forward to the next 30 years.
All right. Lauren, thank you so much for joining me today, and a special thank you for the passion that you have
Yeah,
with what you're doing. So,
absolutely, Jaime. Thank you so much.
you're welcome. All right, ready or not, here comes the Fed Now service. With this instant payment solution on the horizon, there are lots of working pieces to understand and preparations to make. Viso Financial has pulled together important information and resources to help you get acquainted with the Fed Now service. Think of it as like your hub of knowledge to learn more about the next big thing in instant payments. To learn more, visit our website at www.vfccu.org. As always, thanks for listening and have a great day.